Hi everyone, it's Mary. I am doing my tutorial on my web-based tool, which is really cool. This is called Inklewriter, as you can see here. Basically, it's a writing tool you can use on the web to make interactive stories, as it says right here. So you can both write them and then you can have other people view them and actually do them. When I found this, I thought it was really neat. I think it'd be great for a lot of different ages. You can really differentiate. I could probably use it in my classrooms. I could write my own stories and then have the kids play with them, or we could collaboratively write a story. Or with older students, you can have them actually create their own stories, or they could adapt stories that already exist. So let's take a look at an example right here. So this is a pretty neat example. We're going to start again. I was already playing with it. So this is a Sherlock Holmes story, so this already exists. As you can see, the title is here, and I click right here on part 1. Ooh. Alright, so it's going through the first bit, and now you can see down here, you'll read, and then you get a decision. You can either say more coal homes, or you could say we should burn these papers of yours, and I'm all about burning them, so let's burn them. Oh, okay. So now under here there's more text, which is different obviously than the other options. So you decide where the story goes, and depending on the writer, the story might begin and end in the same place regardless of what you do, or there might be completely different endings depending on what you do, which to me reminds me a lot of when I was a kid. They had Goosebumps stories and they had the Choose Your Own Adventure at the bottom, which was the coolest part to me because that was really fun to play around with. And these have a similar element where you can write your own story or read stories and decide where things are going. So it gives kids a little bit more hands-on engagement in what's going on. So we could keep going. We could keep telling Holmes to do things, or Sherlock Holmes to do things. As you can see, you can add images in. These stories this looks very real, and I would assume this could potentially be the actual story that they adapted, or they could have just rewritten it, I'm not sure. But you can do either, and it looks really nice. So we could keep going, but I do want to show we can actually make our own story. Here, this is actually a nice little getting started feature, which can show us what you do. So I will show you a little bit, but that's here. It's right on the main page. There's a getting started button, so just in case you want to look. But let's work on a story really fast, just a quick introduction. Let's make this story. Mary does her homework, because that's what I'm doing. It's going to be by Mary McAfee. So this is section number 1, Once Upon a Time, which is a great start to any story. Once upon a time, there was a grad student named Mary, and a lot of work to do. It was overwhelming. So now you can see I've set up the story. You could of course write more than this, but just for the sake of time, I'm not going to. Now I'm going to add an option. So here I'm going to say, so do it. So now I'm going to follow that, and this is now linked to this option. So now I can type in the next bit that you would see if you clicked on so do it. And so here it is. I'm going to write, oh, Mary did all of her work in a timely manner, which is not necessarily true. Was great. She got a lace. The end. Okay, and now I'm going to click on end. Boop. And that's done. Oh, we don't want that. Bye-bye. Unlink. Now we need to go back up here. So you can rewind, that's what they call it, rewinding to the last bit. So we've got this done. Now we want to add another option. And this one will be different. So let's do screw it. And uh-oh, Mary did not do her homework. She watched movies and drank juice instead, because this is for children. She failed and cried. Alright, the end. And like I said, we want to unlink that. And now we're going to rewind it, so now we're at the beginning. So if we want to view the story that I've just written, which is of course very short, but we could view it right here. It looks so nice. Mary does her homework by me. So as you can see, we can click on these. What should I do? Well, obviously I should do my homework, so I'll click on that. And I did all my homework, the end. So you could of course expand this story, and it's really easy. I just clicked like make a story, but of course you can sign in, you can save stories, you can share stories. Here you can have bold, italics, and you have lots of other options right here. You can also add in images like we saw in the Sherlock Holmes story. And here, this really nifty contents can help you shuffle things around. You can move paragraphs, you can link paragraphs. I could join existing paragraphs, so if I wanted to have the first paragraph and if I had a bunch of other paragraphs afterwards, I wanted to loop around and have the same ending potentially, I could link them to different things. So just because you have different options in the story, the ending could be the same. You could link them together, or it could be completely different, like I said. So that's a quick tutorial that just kind of gives you an idea of this writer. Like I said, the getting started button over here gave me a lot of really great ideas of this is what everything is. There's also some really great cool things that you can do. You can actually add in little symbols like this, which tells Inklewriter to go on shuffle, which is neat. So you can have them click different adjectives, you can click different numbers, letters, just like the survey we did in class. So I think this tool is really cool. I think it's really fun to use, and it'd be really silly to play with, I'm sure, in class. So that's that. Hope you guys liked it.